Hey guys, it's Rob with Fandroid.com. I want to show you some of the Sprint applications you'll find on the Sprint HTC Hero. Now, Monday night, I previewed and showed you guys the NFL Live application, which was a huge train wreck. And over the past few days, I've been trying out the 4 applications, which are NFL Live, the NASCAR application, Sprint TV, and Sprint Navigation. And I found them to be suffering from the same exact problems. I don't know what the problem's been or what's caused the problem, but the applications have been sluggish, wouldn't load, just buggy in general. But last night I was playing with them again, and they seemed a little snappier as long as you didn't try to load the TV elements. Each of the applications has video as some of the main elements. So if you stayed away from the video, the applications worked decently. So let's go in here and press menu and show you some of the. Now I like the team application, and the Ravens are my team, so I'm have been going through there a lot, and you can see these previews. You want to stay away from the video stuff, so don't go to audio video, but you can go to like schedules and results, and it loads it pretty snappily. Actually, now it's working pretty well. So I could go and select the Patriots game, and I think one of the main problems with this application for me is there's so much information, but it's not organized how I'd like it organized. It's kind of a little bit sloppy. You have all these different menus. Of course, I would suggest usually pressing the menu button to getting what you want to go to, because all the different menus on the screen end up changing around. But you can go pregame analysis, game day matchup, game alerts, team stat leaders, which is pretty cool. So there's a ton of options in the NFL Live application. Oh, let me show you one that's really, really cool. And if you go to Game Day Radio, you can actually listen to the radio. And right now there's not a game going on, obviously, but you can listen to the radio station of either team. So I could listen to the Ravens radio broadcast or the Patriots radio broadcast while the game is going on, which is really cool. And I didn't have that same problem as I did with the TV. The audio seemed to load perfectly fine. So let's go to menu, and I didn't like the fan zone very much. The NFL Network's all video. The Ravens is good, and you can get a lot of information there. Fantasy, I didn't find much of a use for it because of it only really uses your NFL.com fantasy thing. There's the player tracker. It's a lot of effort to put stuff in there, though. So, oh, there we go. Force close. See, that's one of the buggy things about it. But in any case, if you're looking for news on the NFL and you're looking for updates regarding game scores, stats, and stuff like that, it can be a great application. And there are bugs, and the video I haven't found to work well at all. But besides that, it works pretty well. You can go to the different schedules and check week-by-week times and stuff. Probably click on one of these games. Yep, Cincinnati at Baltimore. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss that game because I'm going to be coming home from San Diego. But in any case, there you go. So stay away from the video, and NFL app works pretty decently, depending on when you catch it. If you catch it during a good time. So Sprint TV, obviously it has the TV, which we want to stay away from, which kind of stinks. It's a TV application, and we're going to want to stay away from the TV portions of it. I'm not even going to try to go in there because there's been so many problems I've had with the TV. But go into like featured, and some of the stations you have to pay for. But if we select Sprint Radio, we can check out all these different radio stations. So I go to like Urban Hits. The one thing I don't like about this is that you can't multitask. If I click the home button, it won't allow me to be doing other things while I'm listening to the music. It will end the music. And then when I go back in the program, it will pick up where the station left off, but there's no multitasking. So this is really, actually, the radio station is a pretty cool feature. And of course, there are, that stops it. The one up there mutes it. The one down here makes it smaller, the screen smaller. And the one in the top left allows you to browse while you're still listening to the music. There are a bunch of streaming music apps on the Android market, which makes this a little less useful. The TV would be great to have, but like I told you, I'm not willing to go back into TV. It didn't load ever, no matter what I was doing. The NASCAR application, I had similar problems, but I really only tried to go into the video was the first thing I tried to do, and the video didn't work. So, and I set my driver as Dale Earnhardt Jr. So let's go to the menu here, and you can see it's probably similar options as the football one. You've got My Driver, you've got News, Stats and Schedules, NASCAR on Speed, that's the video version that we're not going to go into. Audio Video, that's video as well. Sprint Fan Zone, Fantasy, Personalization, stuff like that. So let's go into Personalization and see what we can bring up here. And I'm impressed how fast it's working now. So I'm glad I'm doing this review. I wanted to try and vindicate the whole, because I gave it a really bad review, a 10-minute just of totally just dissing it because it worked terribly for me. And I want to warn you, you are likely going to have bugs if you're experiencing anything like me. I'm not sure why, but you can change your driver, set up alerts, today's alerts. So you can do some pretty cool things. Let's go into News. Yeah, but I didn't want to give it a really terrible review because, you know, you can have bad days where connections don't work like they usually do. Maybe that's when I caught it. Let's see. I don't know anything about Sprint, so excuse me, about NASCAR, so I don't know what the heck. Let's see. Gordon's emphasis, still keeping track at Kansas. And you can see it loads a news story, and you can change the page. So, nice applications, actually, as long as you don't go into video. As an example, I'll show you trying to go into video really quick, and I'll show you how frustrating it is. Let's go to audio video. And why don't we do the Dover Race Rewind. It's going to make me switch. Hi. Oh wow, it's working for once. See, this is why I wanted to... So there we go. We have the video working. In fact, I'm excited, man. The last reviews I've been struggling with this for days and days and days, and it hasn't worked at all. None of it worked. Let's go try and go into Sprint TV and see if that'll work. None of the TV has worked, and it's just stalled out, force closed. It's been a disaster, and it has the opportunity to be great, but it hasn't been great. It's been frustrating. So I'm like, this is what's with this Sprint TV. So let's go to featured. I mean, I'm debating whether to post both videos of the ones where I get frustrated and the ones that work, because I don't want to give like a biased opinion and make it look like it's working beautifully when I have had some trouble with it. Because the point of a review, obviously, is to give you guys some insight into, you know, what you're going to experience. So I don't want to say it's going to be terrible and only do that, and then say it's going to be brilliant, and then there we go, error. So yes, I haven't got the Sprint TV thing working yet. Okay, so we're going to go into the NFL application, and we're going to try the TV. This is going to be interesting. NFL Network. And let's just do watch now and see what happens. I will be amazed if this works. Please work. Wow, it works. Yay. So this is, I guess, is the live broadcast. There's a commercial going on right now. But in any case, there you go. Sprint TV working. Actually, not Sprint TV, but TV in the NFL application and the NASCAR application working great. So I do recommend you check these out. You might experience some bugs and errors and slow loading and stuff, but I'm sure that probably depends on region, time of day, the network connection. There are definitely some force close issues. So this is Sprint's first Android phone, keep in mind. So a lot of this stuff I feel like they're going to get worked out and release updates to the applications and to their services and hopefully get it ironed out. It has the potential to be great for customers. I really am interested in the NFL application. I'm sure, well, I know there are millions of NASCAR fans, and hey, everybody likes some TV. So there you go, Sprint applications, exclusive to Sprint, and exclusive to Sprint Android phones right now because this is the only Sprint Android phone.